So class example number 2. So we're working with the same idea. So before you start with a question, always check what your function is. So the equation here given is 5x cubed 2x. And x belongs to all real numbers, so they're saying x can be any real number here. And again in here you'll notice it's the x place that is being used. So they're telling you what x is in each one of them. So that's what you're going to substitute in your given equation here. So here we're given we're trying to find f at -3. So I write down my given function first. And then remember, wherever there's an x, I'm going to substitute now what they're asking me to find, which is -3 for x. So you'll notice here, for x, we're putting in -3. So wherever there's an x, we're going to put that -3 in there. So it'll be 5 times -3 cubed minus 2 times -3. Okay, so what will this give to us? So again, remember, this will, if you put this in, you have -3 cubed. You can put this all together in one stance, but you can find what -3 to the power of 3 is. It's -27. So this is 5 times -27. And this is -2 minus a 3, which makes it +6. Okay. So you get 5 times -27, which gives you -135 plus 6. So your final answer for f of -3 is -129. So that means here the y value will be -129 when x is -3. Okay. B is another way they can ask you the same thing. What is the value of f when x is 2? So this is actually much more simply given to you. They're telling you what x is, and they're asking you what f of x will be. So what the function will be. So again, you'll put a 2 for everywhere there is a x, and you will find out this value. We'll do exactly what we did in that first step, find out what these stands for. So this will be 5 times 8 minus 4, and that gives you 40 minus 4, which answer is 36. So that's the same answer, same way basically doing this. You're not going to see this, the image of 7 under f. We don't use that terminology in Math 10C, maybe by the time we get to 30. But again, this is the image of x. That's really just the same way of saying x is 7, and they're asking you to find f. But we don't really use this terminology to do the function notation. Part E and F, how is that different? So in A and B, we knew what the value of x was. You'll notice in the next two examples, they don't really give us the value of x. They just give us more variables. So here's the thing, no matter what is in that spot, whether it is a number, positive or negative, remember it goes where x is. So whatever they've put in there, so for that f of x spot, that's what you're going to substitute. Whether you'll get a value answer or you get an expression depends on what they ask you to put for x. So in this case, they're not giving us x as a number. They're telling us that x is going to be, in place of x, you're putting that a in there. So what's the point of it? I don't know. But they asked us to replace every x in this one with a. Earlier, they were giving us numbers to replace or substitute. We're going to do exactly the same thing. We're going to say, okay, instead of x, we're just going to put a. And everywhere there's an x, I'm going to replace that with a. I can't really do anything else with it. So that's my final answer. It's not like I can find the value of it. That's why the question said find an expression. We couldn't find the value of it. We can only find expression. I can write it a little bit neater. There is no point of the brackets here, so I can take them away. So that's the most I can do. So kind of silly, we just replaced x with an a, but that's what the question wanted us to do. So we did it. Okay. Same thing for f. They want us to replace x and put 2x in there instead. Okay. So our function is f of x, the original function. Everywhere there's an x here, they want us to put 2x. So we'll go do that. So everywhere there's an x, I will go put 2x in there. At least this one we can do some math with it. So what does this 2x cubed become? So 2x to the cubed. Remember, it becomes 2 cubed, which is 8, and then x cubed. So that will become 5 times 8x cubed minus 2 times 4 is 4x. You don't spread this in. This is just multiplication. So that becomes 40x cubed minus 4x. So we ended up making another expression where we replaced the x with 2x, and it changed my function's equation to represent this now. So remember, they can ask you to put anything for x. All you do is wherever x is, you replace it with that, whether it's a positive number, a negative number, another variable, or another expression, doesn't matter. Whatever they want, we will put that in there. Okay?